Morning. So today we're going to talk about Ho'oponopono and what is that? So I have here a printout of this teaching from many, many years ago. The practice of Ho'oponopono comes from a very old Hawaiian tradition. The word Ho'oponopono is a word meaning make right, and is a way of making things right in our lives. Originally it was used in family situations where there was discord among family members. A mediator would be brought in and Ho'oponopono would be used to make things right between them. The earliest documentation of the practice is by a lady called Mary Kawina. I can't pronounce the last name. Who wrote about healing used during her childhood. During Ho'oponopono, families would participate in prayer, confession, discussion, repentance, restitution, and forgiveness. So in the 80s, an updated version was developed. And so what it's about in this new version is called self-identity through Ho'oponopono, or SIT for short. With Ho'oponopono, we can peel back the layers of our personality and reveal our true selves, making right the things that are wrong in our life along the way. When we practice Ho'oponopono, we are encouraged to take 100% responsibility for everything in our lives. This applies not only to the good things that happen to us, but the bad things too. If we see someone who is suffering in some way, then we have brought that person into our life. We are responsible for them being there. We are responsible for that person or for their suffering, but we are responsible for them being in our present moment. If we are suffering ourselves in any way whatsoever, then we are responsible for that. If we are happy, we're responsible for that too. Ho'oponopono is a law of attraction and action every second of our lives. To take 100% responsibility means viewing every situation we find ourselves in as a projection of something inside of us. And I'll bring to a point here, sometime back we gave a talk on beliefs and how that creates a reality. In that talk, there was a feature about the pineal gland in our body. It's located in the center of our brain. And when we go to sleep or when we close our eyes, that's where the imagery comes from. That gland, also known as the third eye or the stargate, another expression of it, is actually a projector. So the reality that you're experiencing is a hologram or projection from your thoughts and imagery. And that applies to Ho'oponopono also. The idea behind Ho'oponopono is that everything that is wrong in our lives is simply our bodies with health problems, or our circumstances with life problems, replaying old memories, feelings, or beliefs. Our subconscious has recorded every event, can you imagine, that has happened to us so far in our life. What about the time you finally thought it was time to secure your family's future and took out some life insurance? There was probably a combination of varying thoughts from your subconscious that convinced you to do it. Thoughts about both the good and the bad things that may have happened to you before, or things you've heard of happening to others. And each word, action, and deed, both good and bad, is held in our subconscious. Along with beliefs and thoughts that we brought up with, and some of those beliefs are still influencing our lives and the way we live them. When you think about some tragedies or some unpleasant circumstances in your life that happened 10, 20 years ago, whatever it was, and if you think about it and it causes you pain, that's called an imprint. And you're giving energy to something that was in the past and re-energizing it. That's how it works. For example, how often were you told as a child, money doesn't grow on trees? We've all heard that, right? Or, we all have to work hard to make a living. And isn't it true that you are still using those beliefs as an excuse not to allow yourself life and the riches you deserve. I know I am. If you want things to make right again, we must clean those old memories or feelings. Ho'oponopono allows us to release those old memories, feelings, or beliefs that are held in our subconscious and causing us problems today. It can heal and clear all the energies held by the current and past situations with people permanently. It only takes a few minutes to do each day, but don't be fooled by how easy it is. Just those few minutes can have fantastic results as each layer of beliefs and memories are gradually peeled away. As a reference, you know, there's Dr. Whatley, one of the teachers from the movie The Secret, and he met Dr. Hugh Lin, and a book was created called Zero Limits. Dr. Hugh Lin was a psychologist, and he was in a maximum security prison for the criminally insane. It was so bad there that the staff people, which people didn't last very long, stood their backs against the wall for fear of being assaulted, killed or something. This doctor never saw a patient. He went to his office every day. He sat there and started pulling the files. So you can imagine, you open the file, here's the picture, and all the dirty deeds that this person did and how this person is. All he did was look at the picture and say 4 words. I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. Why do we say that? I love you, you're saying this is your problem, yourself. And to the universe, the divine, or whatever you believe in, when you do this, you're coming from the highest vibration possible, that of love. I'm sorry. You're saying this to yourself and the universe, to the divine, or whatever it is in you that attracted, allowed this thing into your life. Please forgive me. Say this to yourself to ask forgiveness for attracting, allowing this thing into your life. Thank you. Say this to yourself, the universe, the divine, for cleaning this memory and transmuting the problem. This prison that we spoke of a minute ago, he kept doing that. You know what happened? All of the prisoners were healed. The whole ward was transformed and eventually shut down. The prisoners were healed and left. And people were looking forward to going there. And that's all they did was look at the files and recite these 4 words. It's as simple as that. You can do it out loud or mentally if you prefer. You can say the words to whatever order that feels right for you. Say them whenever something upsets you, makes you angry, makes you cry, worries or frightens you. Say them whenever you're having problems with someone else. Say them whenever you can. And every time a bad memory or problem comes up to you. We talked about the imprints, right? Say them again, even if you don't know what it is that's causing the problem. It doesn't matter. Simply say the words and let the universe clean and clear the energy around your problem. Say them over and over and over again until you feel it's right to stop. As you say the words, observe what comes up to you. You may be inspired to take action to help with your cleaning, or you may find a different memory or other problem comes up as you work. In that case, do Ho'oponopono on the new problem or memory. And when you're glad or happy, acknowledge this by saying, I love you. Thank you. Part of what happens with this is that your subconscious takes that all in, because your subconscious operates a huge part of us, takes that all in, and it becomes like automatic. Because we get accustomed to saying this to everything that's going on in our life. So whatever it might be, it doesn't matter what it is. It could be financial, health issue, circumstance with someone in your life, at the workplace, it doesn't matter. So you get this routine going on, and you say it with intensity. When I say that, this area is called the clairsentient area of our energy field. This is why sometimes if someone says something hurtful to you, what do? Oh, that doesn't feel so good, right? That doesn't feel so good. It goes right here. There's a cord between that person and you that caused that. You can learn to shield yourself. This is how you do it. One of the ways you do it. Put your hand over here. You have someone at work that's bugging you, that has thinks that they're better than you or anyone else in your life. Start reciting in your mind to the person, to the circumstance. And you say it with sincerity. You say it with emotion. Because this area right here is an emotional engine. Very powerful. We are multi-dimensional beings and so much more powerful than what you could ever imagine. So I would like at this juncture for everyone to stand up and face anybody in the chapel today and recite the 4 words for whatever it may be. It doesn't have to do with them personally. So stand up, if you will, stand face to face with someone and just say to them and mean it. I'm sorry. I love you.
I love you.
Please forgive me.
Please forgive me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
One more time. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I love you.
I love you.
Please forgive me.
Please forgive me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I thank everyone for being here today. Does that not feel good? Does it feel good to you?
Yeah.
So you do it vocally, you do it mentally. Everything in your life you will find, because I started teaching this many years ago, and I had people that would come back to me and say, you know, we had this circumstance, we couldn't find a spot for a trailer, we were in this new city and all that type of thing was going on, and we both started reciting it. All of a sudden, a trailer park showed up. Or all of a sudden this happened, or all of a sudden something like that happened. So this is powerful, powerful, powerful teaching. It's still taught and practiced in Hawaii. It's taught throughout the world because what Dr. Joe Whatley and how the book he created and all the workshops that he and Dr. Lynn put together. So I would say to you today, take to heart what you've heard. Start practicing this in your life. It doesn't matter what it is, because you, again, you're a multidimensional being, and you are interacting not with your subconscious, your superconscious, and you want to use the word source, God, the divine. Because one thing's for sure, everything that is said, experienced, is recorded, not just by our subconscious. The divine watches everything. And so today I'll leave that with you, to take this practice to heart and start experiencing it and making this a big, powerful part of your life. I thank you so much for letting us talk today.